Harlem, February 1637. In a smoke-filled tavern, an auctioneer holds up something small, brown, and ugly, and asks for the price of a canal mansion. For 3 years, that would have been normal. Tonight, for the first time, nobody raises a hand. In that silence, the first financial bubble in history pops. This is Tulip Mania, the story of how the world's most sensible nation lost its mind over a flower. To understand the madness, understand the moment. The Dutch Republic of the 1630s is the richest place on earth, home to the world's first stock exchange, first multinational corporation, and a new invention called the middle class, with money to spend and status to prove. Into this world arrives an import from the Ottoman Empire, the tulip, exotic, beautiful, and crucially, slow. A bulb takes years to grow. Scarcity plus status plus new money. You can already hear the fuse being lit. Here's what most people don't know. The most valuable tulips were sick. A virus caused their petals to break into flame-like streaks. Impossible to breed on purpose. Impossible to predict. The Semper Augustus, white with blood-red flames, became the Mona Lisa of flowers. At the peak, a single bulb was priced at 10,000 guilders. A skilled craftsman earned 300 a year. One bulb, 30 years of wages. For a flower that bloomed 1 week a year because of a disease. Then finance arrived. Since bulbs spend most of the year underground, traders began selling promises, a note for a bulb still in the soil, the future contract. Suddenly you didn't need a garden or even a flower. Notes for the same bulb changed hands 10 times a day in taverns, each buyer certain a greater fool would pay more tomorrow. Weavers pawned their looms. By January 1637, some bulbs doubled in price in days, the final vertical stretch that every bubble in this series will show you. The moment the chart goes vertical is the moment the exits start closing. And then, Harlem, February 3rd, 1637. An ordinary auction. The auctioneer starts at the usual absurd price. Silence. He lowers. It's silence. Lower nothing. There was no bad news that day, no crash, no scandal. Just the first room in Holland where everyone simultaneously wondered who would buy it next, and realized the answer was no one. The panic traveled by word of mouth, town to town, and within days, contracts worth mansions were worth the paper they were written on. The flowers, of course, were unharmed. They bloomed that spring regardless. Now the honest part. Later legends claimed Holland was ruined, suicides and canals, a national depression. Modern historians find little of that. The trade ran on promises, so courts simply let buyers settle for a few percent, and the wider economy sailed on. But something important did break, trust, and the pattern was now written. New asset nobody can value, easy credit, prices as conversation, the vertical climb, the silent room. Sound familiar? It should. You'll see this exact anatomy in 1720, 1929, 1999 and 2021. Only the flower changes. The warning sign Tulipmania leaves us. When the price of something becomes more interesting than the thing itself, you're no longer investing, you're playing musical chairs. Tomorrow, the year the music stopped for an entire country. 1929. A new fortune falls here every day. Subscribe.